gameranx presents another episode of Before You Buy, the show where we give you some raw, uncut gameplay and some first impressions of the latest games releasing. Listen, the middle of January is a bit of a slow month, but we're talking about Resident Evil 0, the HD remaster. We don't usually cover these, but we figured we'd give it a try because we all love Resident Evil, and so how's this one stack up?
Resident Evil 0.
Well, I can tell you that it holds up pretty damn good. Like the HD remaster of the Resident Evil remake that we got a few months ago, Resident Evil 0 is once again a competent port to PS4, Xbox One, and PC. It's got a higher resolution, it's running at 60 frames per second, and it looks damn good. I've been arguing for years that these games are still some of the better looking video games ever. Just the art design, you guys can probably tell. The lighting, the environments, I know the environments are actually just static images for the most part, but they still look damn good. This is a creepy atmosphere game, and it's very much a original Resident Evil game. Even though it came out in the early 2000s, it is very much in the same vein as classic Resident Evil 1, 2, and 3 in terms of gameplay style, like controls and puzzle solving and all that shit. This is real survival horror. This is the survival horror you hear your parents talk about, where, you know, ammo is scarce, you have to push crates around and find keys and use herbs to heal yourself. It's just classic Resident Evil, and it's really good. This time around, it tells the story circling around the Umbrella Mansion story, and you get to play as Rebecca Chambers. Rebecca Chambers is a surviving STARS unit member who gets caught up in this whole side plot with ex-convict and former military man Billy Cohen, who is of course stereotypically badass and kind of really corny and awful, and he's very dated, let's just say that. What this Resident Evil does that's really cool, it actually handles a two-player dynamic very well. I don't mean two players, I mean two characters rather, where you control a main character and another character follows you. The AI is surprisingly pretty good, even though sometimes they get in your way a little bit and it's frustrating. Most of the time, they're pretty smart. They know when to move around, they know when to conserve ammo, when to fight, when not to fight, and you can move them out of harm's way with the right analog stick. It works very well and it's implemented pretty good. There are occasional moments in the game where they break you up and the segments are really good, and thankfully you can switch between characters with the press of a button and it's almost instantaneous. It's very impressive how they handled this, especially considering this game was originally made in the early 2000s. That being said, since you do control two characters now, you can swap items around between them, but the only other real solution is to leave items on the ground. They do show you where they are on the map, but ultimately it feels like kind of a downgrade for the already really shitty and old inventory system. This wasn't a good idea in the early 2000s, and it wasn't a good idea today either. And this is a damn good game. It's a little more engaging than the original Resident Evil plot-wise, but it's also a bit more challenging. The two-player dynamic really adds to the puzzles, and the fact that certain characters have certain slight abilities, with Rebecca being able to concoct different types of herbs, and Billy being able to take more damage and push heavier items around. The dynamic works really, really well, and this is a really good game worth revisiting, especially if you played the HD remake of Resident Evil Remake. This is a good one to jump into because this is just another original Resident Evil story that gets pretty corny at times, but gives you another look into the Umbrella mythos. I'd rate this up there at least probably in like the top 5 Resident Evil games. Resident Evil 0 is really good, and that's how I can definitely recommend it, especially since it's at a cheaper price. And for returning players, Capcom added this cool new mode called Wesker mode, which all you have to do to unlock it is beat the game. Then you get to play through the game again, although this time Billy is replaced with Albert Wesker. Yes, Albert Wesker, and you get to kind of do like an anime dash run that knocks down enemies in your path. And he also can shoot like laser beams from his eyes that make zombies' heads explode. It's totally awesome, and I was really surprised it didn't break the game, but it's a lot of fun, and it's a really good mode. It's worth beating the game and playing around with. If you are a fan of the classic Resident Evil games, or maybe this is your first time really diving into that old school survival horror, I can definitely recommend Resident Evil 0, no doubt. So guys, that's what I think about Resident Evil 0, the HD remaster. I've been spending a lot of time with it, and I want to know if you're going to pick it up, or if you've been spending time with it as well, let's talk about it down in the comments. Also, if you have any questions about Resident Evil 0 or just Resident Evil in general, you need something cleared up for the lore, I've been obsessed with these games since I was 7 years old, so you can follow me on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram or whatever you want. Hopefully you were able to put up with my voice. I'm a little under the weather, hope you don't mind, but if you did have a good time with this video, click the like button because that helps us out a lot. If you want to see more Before You Buy videos in 2016, that's the best way to do it. And if this is your first time here, subscribing is a good idea because we put out videos every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.